What's up, MMA fans? Today we're going to talk about why Jorge Masvidal needs to fight Conor McGregor. Hopefully sometime this year. Conor McGregor said that he is totally down with fighting Jorge Masvidal because he wants his BMF belt. Whether that's true or not, we really don't know. This is Conor McGregor. He deals directly through the UFC, and that means that he deals directly through Dana White. He could say that he wants a BMF belt, and the next thing you know, he could be fighting Khabib Nurmagomedov again. Or somehow he can skip the whole entire welterweight line and basically jump directly into a Kamaru Usman fight. Come on, this is Conor McGregor. But let's talk about why Jorge Masvidal really does need to fight Conor McGregor. Jorge Masvidal himself said that he wants to fight Conor McGregor because it's going to be a huge payday for him. Let's talk some quick numbers here. Every single time that Conor McGregor has fought in his last 3, let's go even 5 pay-per-views, he has pretty much cleared millions of dollars. Not hundreds of thousands of dollars, but millions of dollars. Masvidal is smart. He knows that Conor McGregor, who fought in a non-championship fight as a headline fight at Madison Square Garden, still somehow cleared millions of dollars when he fought Nate Diaz. When Jorge Masvidal fought Nate Diaz at Madison Square Garden, him and Nate Diaz did not even clear even 50% of what Conor McGregor cleared with Nate Diaz in the same place. Seriously, if you don't believe me, go look it up. All the numbers are right there for you. And it's Jorge Masvidal. The guy, he has a spotlight. People are declaring him the fighter of the year, which is well deserved considering, the run that he had in 2019. He deserves the spotlight. Let him have the spotlight. And I'm pretty sure he's going to continue to do amazing things, like whether it's fight Conor McGregor, whether it's, fight Leon Edwards, whether it's fight Kamaru Usman. Jorge Masvidal is seriously doing some amazing things in terms of a career outbreak. The other reason why Jorge Masvidal needs to fight Conor McGregor is because this right here, he says he wants to fight fighters that talk to his spirit, that talk to his soul. Conor McGregor, as much as people would like to just dislike Conor McGregor for anything that he's done out the cage, anything that he's done in the cage, whatever, Conor McGregor is a fighter. From the time that he stepped foot into his first fight into the octagon to the last fight that he had, Conor McGregor is a fighter through and through. Say what you want about him, but he comes to fight, and that's the type of fight that Jorge Masvidal wants. And Conor McGregor, he wants fighters that either have the belt or the spotlight. And right now, Jorge Masvidal has a belt and he has the spotlight. So really, somebody sitting around in the UFC headquarters has to be looking at this as one of those dream fights that's going to rake in millions of dollars for 2020. They say they want to do better than 2019 in terms of pay and in terms of bringing in money. They can make this happen in 2020 with this fight between Jorge Masvidal and Conor McGregor. It's a simple math here. And then to top that off, Jorge Masvidal and everything beating Conor McGregor, Masvidal taking that spotlight away from Conor McGregor would be bigger than taking the spotlight away from Nate Diaz. I'm not saying that Nate Diaz does not have the Nate Diaz army. I'm not saying that Nate Diaz shouldn't be looked at anymore because he got beat by Jorge Masvidal or Conor McGregor or by anybody else. Nate Diaz is a draw. He moves the needle. He proves it time and time again. Nate Diaz says something, everybody makes a big deal about it. Everybody jumps. But Jorge Masvidal taking the spotlight away from Conor McGregor, even a tiny bit of a fraction of that spotlight from Conor McGregor would basically put him on that next level where he can be the A side of any fight that he's in that's a championship fight or making a shot to take a fight from someone else that probably deserves it more, kind of like Conor McGregor does. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, come on. Conor McGregor is going to fight Donald Cerrone. No offense to Donald Cerrone. Guy's a legend. Let's just call it what it is. But he's going to fight Donald Cerrone, and Dana White is saying that beating Donald Cerrone for Conor McGregor will basically give him a direct shot for a rematch against Khabib Nurmagomedov. As much as any fan out there might hate it, you all know you're going to watch UFC 246, Cowboy versus McGregor. You know you're going to watch it. But as much as we hate it, we'll even watch the rematch of Khabib versus Conor. But that's the type of power that Jorge Masvidal could basically get from stealing even a tiny fraction of the spotlight from Conor McGregor by beating him. So it's a definite plus. I mean, Jorge Masvidal could win the belt from Kamaru Usman, and yeah, it'll be great. Yeah, it'll be amazing for him, but will it still equate to the amount of power and spotlight that he could get from Conor McGregor? And this is not a shot at Kamaru Usman and saying that he's not a draw, that he's not a needle mover at all. Kamaru Usman he's top of the class. He's elite. He's an elite champion. The guy is amazing. But in this new era of MMA entertainment, Conor McGregor is still it. And that would be the target for any UFC fighter that's trying to make a name in MMA or outside of MMA. So that would definitely be target number one for Jorge Masvidal, to take that spotlight from him and to keep it moving from there. Let's all be serious here. In the UFC nowadays, anybody could say what they want. Anybody could claim, oh, they're a casual. Anybody could claim that they're MMA hardcore. But deep down to the core of it, Masvidal knows the game. He's been in the game. He knows the game. He sees how the game works. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it, that UFC belts, as nice and shiny as they are, they do not matter. You can find payouts, like complete payout deficiencies between brand new hyped fighters and fighters that have been on the roster for a year or two. And you'll find huge gaps there that'll make you just basically scratch your head and just wonder what's going on there. But the thing is, other fighters, they know how the game works. Masvidal knows who the big game is. That is Conor McGregor, and he knows that, hey, Kamaru Usman, it's a great fight. Cool, you could be champion. But he's got to go where the money is. So for all the fans saying that he should fight for the belt and he's next in line for the belt, really, none of that matters. It doesn't matter. It's great, but get the belts, probably clear about $800,000, or should he go after Conor McGregor and clear possibly $5 to $8 million? One of those is going to carry him further than the other. I mean, if you disagree with that, go look at the payout for UFC champions compared to what Conor McGregor gets paid without even being a UFC champion, and you tell me that I'm wrong. Please, if you can find it, put it down in the comments below, and I will definitely look at it, and I will tell you that you are so right. But from what I've been seeing, what we've been seeing, it just is what it is. And to deny that there is a game that's being played, it's the same type of politics and the same type of denial that keeps amazing, wonderful fighters like Nate Diaz making $500,000 something to do a headline fight in Madison Square Garden for $500,000, against Jorge Masvidal, and fighting in Madison Square Garden against Conor McGregor for $2 million. They should be making more. This is the current era and environment that MMA fighters are in, and they have to be realistic with themselves, and they have to be realistic with fans. And thank goodness that Jorge Masvidal is actually being that, out in the open. So Jorge Masvidal, he can make himself $1 million draw. I mean, he could somehow find a way to use the same formula that Conor McGregor, used before he somehow even stepped foot into his first, octagon fight. Maybe. Apparently, a lot of fighters have been trying to basically create that same formula. A lot have not succeeded. So maybe this is the way for Jorge Masvidal to become the A side and everything. Even without Conor McGregor, it might take a little bit longer, because who's he supposed to fight that he can take all the spotlight from to become that next $1 million pay-per-view tiered contract fighter? Yes, becoming the champion will definitely help him get to that point, but it has to be something spectacular. It has to be something amazing, that he does in the ring, other than being an amazing fighter. that gets fans to tune in, to make the UFC that he is an even bigger draw than a $500,000 something fighter, to get him those millions of dollars. Becoming a champion will definitely help, but somehow it's still a harder route than anything else other than fighting Conor McGregor. Even with him fighting Nick Diaz, for some odd reason, I can almost guarantee you that he will not clear a payout of $1 million fighting Nick Diaz. Jorge Masvidal knows that, yes, Conor McGregor is definitely the fight to take. He somehow has to get that fight. He needs to fight Conor McGregor. I'm not saying that Conor McGregor controls his destiny. I'm not saying that Conor McGregor controls his financial future. I'm basically saying that he needs to fight Conor McGregor because the benefits of fighting Conor McGregor and beating Conor McGregor are pretty much a next step in terms of his MMA career and his MMA life and everything by beating Conor McGregor. But he could still get all of that done by just being himself, as we've all seen. He can do it. He could still get all of that by being himself, by continuing to win fights, by becoming the champion, by doing all the things that he currently does. He can eventually get there. McGregor is just the faster step to getting there. So if there's any point in here where you all disagree, or there's another point that you all want to add, like, please hit the comments. Let me know. Like, tell me something that's going on here and everything that I'm probably missing or I probably didn't touch on. And I will definitely love to have a conversation with you about it, whether it be on YouTube or it be on Instagram. Yes, Instagram, MMA Hype News. Please check it out. Go hit the follow button, or on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, tell YouTube that, hey, you like our content. Just let us know. Help us out here. So this is G here. Go ahead, hit the follow button. Go ahead, hit the like button. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications and everything. But until next time, this is G with MMA Hype Watch, and I'm out.